Jai Sai Ram. Sai Sekhar is currently an officer in our center, but has been part of Swami's fold for a long, long time. I'm going to turn it over to you, brother. Go ahead and start anywhere you'd like.
Sai Ram, everyone. Thank you, Brother Aaron, for giving me this opportunity. Indeed, this is a great initiative wherein we all are sharing our own feelings as well as experiences Bhagavan has given us the opportunities for. After I was born, my parents took me to Bharti when I was a little kid of 18 months. By the time they had developed the habit of spending their vacation time in Puttaparthi, each year that became a sort of routine that they will take one particular month, they will go to Puttaparthi, have Swami's darshan and Swami's interactions, and whatever Swami had to share with them, they would have all that experience. So following that routine, when I was about 18 months old, maybe little less or more, my parents took me to Puttaparthi, and as you can imagine, at that age, the children will have a lot of curiosity. Let us say mom explains about the solar system, then the child will start asking, oh, this is Mars, this is Jupiter. So those were the innocent questions they will ask. That is exactly what happened to me as well at that age. As Swami started coming for darshan, my mom starts explaining the physical form of Baba, and as he started approaching towards us, Swami's figure was looking so beautiful, and at that point in time, my mom's explanation about Baba, increased a little further. At that point in time, I tell her, "Oh, Baba," the way the small children say when mom says about Jupiter, they say, "Oh, is it Jupiter?" That is exactly the expression I had. And as Swami was walking by, all of a sudden he raises his hand in Abhaya Hasta form, and there is a ray that flows and falls on this little child that happens to be me. That is the first kind of personal, so to say, encounter I had with Bhagavan. There is one place in Orissa. In fact, I spent most of my childhood there. The devotees were doing the bhajans at their homes, at some open place, things like that. They started doing a lot of Swami's work, not at a single location, but at multiple locations. But then a group of the devotees, I would say 5 to be precise, they're my dad, name is Sitapati. Then these 5 souls undertook the divine activity of constructing a new building for Swami. There has been one incident that helped me forming my belief as a small child. When my father as well as Lokeshwar uncle, they were busy organizing something, and all of a sudden the downpour started, and as you can imagine, in India the roads have different designs on it. Those designs are in the form of potholes of different sizes. Right, those sizes could be in the depth, diameter, whatever different geometrical aspects you can think about. So as and when there is some downpour, particularly heavy downpours, the water level on the roads increase because of the flow of water getting obstructed at multiple places. So that day my dad and Lokeshwar uncle were outside arranging something, and heavy downpour started. Exactly, they encountered this situation wherein the water level on the road had increased all of a sudden. They waited for some time, but then they gave up. And at that point in time, they decided that let us go back home safe. And as they were walking in that deep water, my dad happened to be stepped on a pothole, which was not like a pothole, but semi well. So he had struggled enough to get out of it. By the time there was he had few injuries, and then a lot of water went in. He had very difficult time getting rescued out of it. And since he had a typhoid earlier when he was a child, this situation aggravated his health situation, and the recovery took a longer time. Though the project was going on, but it had taken a little slow pace. So as the weeks passed by, at the as his recovery was stepping into third week, there is one uncle who had been to Puttaparthi. He comes and inquires about my dad's health, and then he gives vibhuti and tells him that this vibhuti was given by Bhagwan, and please have it, you should be okay. And exactly what according whatever he said, exactly that is how my dad took the vibhuti maybe for 2-3 times, and then we saw a great difference in his health. He recovered, and then he was again back in action in executing the project, and then the inauguration happened on May 31st of that year. So as a small child, when I started observing all these things that unfolded at that time, few things that struck in my memory. Number one, the kind of spirit with which all these folks started the work. Number two, despite being encountered with a situation where someone had all the reasons not to be looking into Swami's work, though it was difficult, my dad had the opportunity to keep the project as his priority even during that time. So that gave me the kind of foundation on what dedication means. I had the first opportunity to travel away from my parents with all unknowns. Not even my sister was with me, and I traveled by myself with my Balavikas team, with Balavikas guru and fellow students to Puttaparthi when Swami had the World Conference in early 80s, I think 83 or 84 that year. And at that age group, I was in elementary school that time. At that age group, we were completely busy running around the sand, wherever we have the Shanti Stupa, we were running all around, playing hide and seek, those kind of games. There were many instances where Swami would observe us from his balcony, give a nice smile at us, but our playing continued. We with in between we'll do namaskar to Swami, and then we would continue with our playing. And on a few other instances, similar kind of thing, even during at the kitchen area we would be playing, and Swami's car would all of a sudden arrive, and then few of us will gather together around Swami, and all of a sudden he would inquire, okay, how is your SSE, how are the SSE programs going on? Balvika's programs going on, and because it happens to be kitchen, the obvious question would be, okay, how do you like the food? So few of us will answer differently, and at that point in time, because I had already tasted food of different ethnicity, I remember I answered Swami on one occasion that, Swami, I like the coconut rice that is being made. In fact, that time I remember the incident that, this coconut rice happened to be my, regular food, at least for few continuous days. And then to those innocent questions, Swami will give a mischievous smile and then, move on. To conclude, as a part of 95 for 95, we have been sharing our experiences and feelings about Bhagavan. What it means to us, I feel, is that, it gives us that opportunity for reliving the glory of Bhagavan in the most purified manner, divine manner, and paving the way forward for loving each other in the Sai way. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.